and gentlemen. My name is Terrence Jones, and today for my speech, I will be talking about affordable housing. So, affordable housing is a very big concept now, and today's inflation has skyrocketed, which made everything from food, water, clothes, cars, parts, etc. being very, very expensive. It has gone down a little bit, but it is still very, very, very high, and it's not as usual as we're used to from back in the day. So today I want to talk about the possible solutions and a way that we can, get a better way and provide and be able to get what we want. So for the current state of affordable housing in many urban areas or suburban areas, the cost of those houses have skyrocketed in the last couple of years. According to the report by the National Low Income Housing Coalition, there's an observed shortage of 7 million affordable housing units. So the houses have really went up, and since the houses prices have went up, people aren't really able to afford them, and it's very hard. So this housing crisis is just very hard for some families who have big families but not a decent sized house to be able to have, a place for their kids to be comfortable and things like that. And then families are forced to spend unusual portions of their income on rent, and not even mentioning the 30% that they need to have, which is very, very tough. In some places, since the increased cost of housing, places like Los Angeles, New York, San Francisco, the homelessness has really went higher because of this crisis that is going on, and it's making people drop out their homes and become homeless because they aren't able to keep up with these bills because of their income. Most people are in lower class, some middle class, but even still, that bills and everything is very hard to keep up with. So now what is happening in some locations, many local governments are having restrictive zoning laws. So the rising costs for the laborers and materials used to build houses and things like that are becoming increasingly and costing more. And they're able to invest in that and live luxury and things like that. And then secondly, funding for affordable housing in Vivitates is inadequate, basically. A big range of different houses, sections, and things like that are being put into those zones, and without having those zones, is leaving millions without viable housing. So it's adding millions and millions of more people to become homeless. And then now, as we go further on, the impact when COVID happened. So when COVID happened, many people lost their jobs due to COVID. And when we were in quarantine, people were losing their homes, and it's because they didn't have no more income. Their job was closed down due to COVID, and we all had to isolate from each other. And then so a potential solution, I think, was to be that we can adapt to the addresses for this current situation that's going on, and the affordable housing crisis head on. So we'll be able to, try to adapt as best as we can. That may be very difficult for some people, but it's what we have to do. Survival of the fittest. You have to adapt in order to survive. We can encourage affordable housing development. This is revising zoning laws to afford higher density of housing. So we can, try to make the the people be able to lower the prices on houses and things like that, so we will be able to live, have a place to stay for those people who have these families and they have nowhere to stay because they're homeless because of rent and everything like that is so high. So second is increasing funding for affordable housing. So like invest into it so we can so the prices can be lower. So this can be achieved through a concerted effort of both federal and state budgets dedicated to housing. So programs like low-income housing tax need more robust support, as it will affect a lot of people to invest in affordable housing. So more people will have, a better home to have and stay in instead of living under the street or under the bridge. So additional partnerships between public and private sectors can be fostered into those solutions, and cities will be able to have better places and open up places towards those people can have a place to stay and lie their heads. Moreover, the employing community should land trust, so their trust can be game changer in order to have those people, those people who are struggling to find houses and have houses for nonprofit organizations and acquire developed land goals in order to help these people, and so we can have more spaces and less higher of the houses costing a very lot of money and needing so much just to even afford the house and the bills that comes along with that. So for individuals and community leaders and policymakers alike, we have to have the power to reshape our communities for the better and ensuring no one is left out, so everybody can be able to afford a home that is very manageable and resourceful. And let us work together to advocate for change and be able to afford, affordable housing. And so everybody can, we all want the house that we want that's very decent. You're able to afford it without having to worry about money and things like that. Thank you all for listening, and thank you. Have the rest of your good day.